Hey, editing Christina here. So while Quincy is, doing the most all the time with those cheese balls and her Nick Cage mug, she had a blip. Essentially, the smooth brain was the smoothest. And we said things. She went a direction, and I said, she's got a plan. She didn't. So take these notes in for what they're worth. It's actually August, not September. Also, it's not been a year, technically. It will be in late September, so kind of ignore that. That didn't happen. Also, I will have 3 months left, not 2. It's fine. Math is hard. Anyway, here's the episode.
Hello and welcome back to the Wonder Mongers. We're looking at our first official season. It's September. How are you feeling, Christina?
I feel like it's wild that it's been a year.
A year! That's insane.
I know.
That's so exciting. How do you feel about our first year of podcasting?
Oh, we learned a lot.
Oh my god, we learned so much.
And we tried a lot of things, and not all of them were the move, but some of them really, really were.
You're not wrong. My editing is slowly getting better.
Great.
Slowly but surely.
I'm really proud of the progress that you've made in that particular
realm. Because it's officially a new season, our last episode, which was the Pink Void, we didn't leave off with a question.
We did not.
So we can just jump right into the deep end.
All right.
Some I guess, what do they call it? Housekeeping to start. We are changing our release schedule. Mm-hmm. Very exciting. We used to drop on Thursdays. We're now dropping on Saturdays, so you can have your weekend with us. Yeah. It'll be dropping Saturday at 00 hours Central Time. So find out what time zone that is for you. It's 2 p.m. on Saturday for us.
Yeah.
So I guess
we gotta go with Korean Standard Time. Yep.
Sorry, guys.
Gotta go with where we're at.
But it's a new season, so we're going to be doing some hopefully exciting things, some good watering holes.
Yeah.
It's going to be our last 2 months before Christina's out.
Yep. Gonna walk away from Korea.
I'm all emotional about it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Because, we're going to be apart, and... Oh, exactly.
I'm so mad about it. I'm really happy for you and your next adventure.
Right.
But I want to be selfish. I want to be selfish and I don't want you to go.
Just come with me. Just hide in my suitcase. That'll definitely work.
Jake would be so mad.
He just comes back and you're gone.
Yeah. The cats would not get along with your dogs.
No.
More so your dogs would not get along with the cats, I think.
Yes.
I think the cats would warm up. I think, is it Tootsie or Anya that'd be the problem?
Tootsie would definitely be a problem for a very long time. She would pee on everything, and she would give the growl face to literally anybody that touched her. It didn't matter if it was me. It didn't matter if it was them. She would just be on edge all the time. Anya would be curious, and too curious is the problem. And then she would get bopped a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're good at that. Speaking of getting bopped, before we go back to the housekeeping stuff, Cinder has a new thing now. So Garfield will groom her, but only when she's already asleep or it's dark. It's weird. He's doing it in secret, right? But the new thing is he'll be just standing there and she'll walk up and shove her forehead into his chest. Right, a couple times, and he'll finally give in and start licking her ears or whatever, and then she'll bite him. And then they'll start a little tussle.
What an amalgamation of events.
And so, I was really excited. So I'm oh, they love each other out in the open now. Munch. I'm just oh. We're getting a little bit closer every day, but...
So close.
Back to housekeeping. Because we're... getting a new season and everything. We're doing a little bit of a rebrand. We're getting some new pictures. You're going to see a new Wonder Mongers logo. You're going to get a bunch of new little things, and I hope it's exciting. If you're listening to us on Spotify, we now have a way for you to text us.
Yeah.
So please let us know your feelings in the middle of episodes. We want to hear it all.
Right.
I know my friend, shout out Daniel. We love Daniel. He'll message me when he has thoughts, but they only come to me. So now we set up this little thing. You can send us a little text message, and we'll read them out next episode if you send us anything good.
Yeah.
Or anything at all, really. We just want to hear from you.
Do it through Spotify. You can't really do it through YouTube as far as I know.
You can leave comments.
Yeah, do that.
Please do. We would love to hear from you. Speaking of a little new rebrand, we cut all Christina's hair off.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel?
I feel like I can handle the heat here now. Holy hell. It's toasty out there, and I have never felt better in this country. Because, my God, does it make a difference.
It's like 96 degrees out with the humidity. It feels like 101 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so it has been a lot.
It really has been. And last year I kept my hair, and I was pretty proud of the fact that I made it through without needing, like, this drastic of a haircut.
Yeah.
But my hair was up all the time. The headaches I had, I swear to God, I'm getting so old that I just can't do that anymore.
I understand. Did you go through the phase of you were just always throwing your hair up in a bun when you were in high school? Okay. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Your body's like, oh, we can't do this again. Fight or flight.
Right. So this has made it just so much easier.
Short.
Yeah.
Short.
It's short.
Buzzed in the back short.
Yes.
How was getting your hair buzzed for the first time?
That was chills. It was so weird. I don't know, like the thing that you have with bees in your ear, it was kind of like that, where my body was like, this is danger. We should walk away. What are you doing sitting there?
That's big fair. I was convinced that I would never cut my hair when I was growing up. I was like, I will be a long-haired girly forever. And then right before I started middle school, I cut it all off.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Korea and grew it all out, and I'm so glad I chopped it all off again. But my hair is longer than yours in the back now, and that's weird.
Yeah, we've never had that happen before.
No, but I'm getting my mullet back slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm. And, like, I don't know if this is going to be something that I keep up with beyond this country or not. It's still up in the air. But I like it so far. And I'm going to go to a place that's basically a desert.
Yep.
So.
And I imagine if you, because you're going to be, like, around your nieces and nephews more, and, like, more small children, and possibly babies. I don't know what the whole deal with, like, your family and friends and all that, having kids and all that. But I've always heard, like, moms go through this thing where they cut all their hair off after they have a baby, just so it's manageable. And so I imagine if you're around all family with all little kids and stuff, it'll be about the same way.
Right.
I always don't have to worry about it.
I always imagined that I would kind of go through a Steel Magnolias Julia Roberts thing, where once she has a kid, she's just like, take it away, just take it all off. I just want to run my hands through my hair and just be done with it. So I always assumed, like, I would have a version of that.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be like
a bob. Yeah,
more like Sally Field in that movie, where she's she's told, your hair looks like a football helmet. I thought it would be like that. But we're here now, so you know.
Okay, so I have a story with your short hair, but also the water park. Okay. So we were at the water park recently, you and I, and Steven and the cousin.
Yes.
Who we are literally just calling the cousin, which is a great nickname. And you were in the pool, and you were, like, down low enough, and your hair was, like, back like everybody else's was.
Yeah.
And they both lost you in the mess of Korean people.
Did they?
Yeah. They couldn't tell you apart from everybody else.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny. Yeah. I got dark hair.
I know.
And I am pasty.
I hope I didn't, like, when we cut your hair, I made the effort to not give you the stupid Korean mushroom thing. But then when I did that inaugural thing where we part your hair and make you, like, into the little Dutch boy, it, like, was bordering on that. And I was like, we can't do that to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That would have been real bad.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine? Oh, no. No. Absolutely not.
But they totally lost you in the mess of the wave pool.
Oof. Didn't know that.
really, really funny.
That is really funny.
How was the water park for you?
Oh, I had a great time.
I love the water parks.
Yeah. I feel like the very last ride we went on kind of popped the balloon for literally everybody but me, I think. I think I was fine.
The one that dropped you from?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, so when we went to the water park the first time, so it's a straight down drop, and then it sends you in this like loop off to the side, and then you end up at the bottom laying on your back with your underwear so far, or your swimsuit so far up your butt you can taste it, right? Because that's just how it works.
You're right.
And
the pressure's insane.
Oh, yeah. And I was so fucking scared. And I think you knew that. And I was just getting so anxious. And then we got split up.
Yeah.
And so you had Ani and I had Steven. And I was like, the older people have got to take care of the younger people right now.
Listen, I gave you the option. I said, hey, we could just ask that couple over there to go in front.
I know.
And you said, no, it's okay.
It's okay. I don't want to, like, I'm already anxious. I don't want to disturb anybody else and, like, make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
But we got up there and we got in the, you guys went, and I saw the floor drop out from under you from a different angle this time.
Oh.
And I went, oh no. Oh no. Like, I'm still anxious thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I survived.
You did great.
But then I got in the tube, because, like, we had those things strapped to our backs, those boards, to make sure we didn't get stuck.
Yeah.
And I watched you drop out, and oh my god. Fucking gravity just took you, dude.
Did.
And then I had to get in the tube, and I almost looked at Steven and was like, I've got to get out. I was this close. You can't see, but I almost got out. And I was like, you would have been so disappointed in me, but you would have been okay with it at the same time. And it's like, I can't do that. I can't do it. I gotta be an adult. I gotta do the big scary thing. And like all the way up the stairs, I was coaching myself, and I was like, I'm gonna take deep breaths, and I'm gonna say my little mantra, which is really stupid, but it's my little mantra. And I like
the Tom Cruise thing.
The Tom Cruise thing. Okay, my mantra is, if Tom Cruise can do it, how hard can it be?
Right.
And so it's like trying to repeat myself, keep myself calm, breathing. And then they closed the tube, and I was like, oh no, 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 no. And it dropped out from under me, and I was like, this is it. I thought I might pass out. I was out of it, like, done for, man.
Yeah.
And then the water got in my face, and I was like, oh, fuck. Because I wanted to watch where I was going, but you couldn't.
Nope.
Like, could not see a goddamn thing. And that was it for me. That was my day. I was done for. Mm-hmm. I could have floated in the lazy river for the next 4 hours and been perfectly happy. And then we went to that rave.
What a transition.
Go ahead, tell them about the rave.
Bro Sidon was there.
Oh my god. We will throw a picture of Bro Sidon up onto the Instagram. So at the Wonder Mongers on Instagram, go take a look at Bro Sidon.
Yeah, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you already see it.
You'll see it, yeah.
It's basically, it's supposed to look like Poseidon, but my god is he jacked. And my god does he have one of those flat-billed hats and sunglasses, and he just looks like he is about to do a keg stand.
Like, have you ever seen Chris Evans not, like, working and, like, what he wears every day? Where he looks like a complete and utter douchebag?
I don't believe I've seen him with a whole lot of clothes outside of, like, working and stuff. He's normally, like, at the beach and, like...
Oh, okay.
Playing with his kids.
There'll be a picture on the YouTube
of
him, and he looked like it. Just, like, I saw it, and I'm like, it reminds me exactly of Chris Evans being a douche bro.
Oh, I mixed that up with a different Chris. Never mind.
What were you thinking? Hemsworth?
I went Hemsworth, yeah.
No, Evans.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I've never seen Chris Evans off work.
Oh, okay. I
need to know what this looks like eventually.
It's so trash. He's so hot, and then he takes like unattractive nerf points.
Oof.
Dressing like a douche bro.
Oh no.
And I can't deal. Like, I hate it so much. Anyway, it's not my life. It's not my husband. It's not my whatever. I don't care.
Right.
But anyway.
But the water park was good for you. I mean, I know that one ride was not great, but
I had the best time. And I wanted to go on that big ride, but there was a 2-hour wait. And I was like, no.
Yeah. It was one of those toilet bowl looking ones.
Yeah.
So those are fun. Those are really, really fun. So we'll go again before I leave.
We better. Or else.
We will. And, we'll do the thing.
I'm so looking forward to it. Speaking of things with water, you went to the water show at the bridge.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Bampo Bridge, it's one of the many bridges that cross across the Han River.
Yes.
And this one in particular, Bampo will do this thing at night where they have water jets on the side of the bridge, and then there's like lights behind it so it can light up the actual streams of water. And then they have like this music playing, like it's blaring loud. Like somebody set up a bunch of speakers, and they'll play American music, they'll play, K-pop, they'll play a bunch of stuff, and they'll do it in like 20-minute increments. Mm-hmm. And then they'll take 20 minutes or 10 minutes to reset or fix anything that needed fixing. And they'll go again, over and over.
Cool.
And I think they have like maybe 3 or 4 hours, depending on how much, daylight you have or not.
Right.
And they'll just do that constantly. And people go out and they'll take pictures, they'll do video, they'll just watch it. It's really fun.
I've only ever seen it from a bus or the subway.
Yeah.
So I've only ever seen it distantly, and it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. It's gorgeous.
I feel like it's the equivalent to, like, how in Vegas or, like, at the Disney parks, they do the water shows with the fountains.
Right.
I feel like it's probably similar to that.
Yeah.
But, like, on a smaller scale.
It is on a smaller scale, for sure.
But it's off the side of a bridge, which, how freaking cool.
Yeah. Like, it's free admission. You don't have to actually do it. You just have to walk over there.
Yeah.
And you just
and it's
enjoy it.
Right on the river.
It really is.
Even cooler. I love the Han is beautiful.
It really is.
We really lucked out when it came to, like, where we live and what we're doing.
Yeah. We could have been down at
in Pyeongtaek.
Yeah, over there where rice fields for days.
Oh, yeah, and it's just nothing but rice patties. I still haven't asked Hank Green how much rice one patty yields. And I have all the videos. They came up in my memories the other day of X amount of months ago. And I was like, oh, Jesus, criminy. I haven't edited that. How much rice does one patty yield? And I'll, like, if I ever get around to it and I post it, he'll never see it.
Probably not, but there's a chance.
There's a chance.
So we may as well try.
You're right. So.
Yes.
It's been a weird couple weeks for me.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how, like, it's been you and I and Steven and Jake for, like, ever.
Yeah.
Because people kind of, like, were hard to meet and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Suddenly, within the last couple of weeks, all of these people are crawling out of the woodwork. Like, so I finally met the neighbors who live in my building on the 3rd floor. We had coffee.
Great.
She brought me a watermelon.
Yeah.
You had the watermelon?
Yeah, I had half of it. It was great.
It was great.
And I know some of you are thinking, half of a watermelon? My God, are you okay?
It was the size of, like, 2 softballs.
What a measuring
Sat
stick.
next to each. What is that thing? Americans will measure in anything but the metric system?
So correct.
Or
but you're not wrong.
It was the size of, like, 2 softballs sitting next to each other. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't that much. And it was half seeds anyway.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But her father grew that watermelon. And for our first meeting with coffee, they came over. And she brought me a watermelon. And she brought snacks. And she brought coffee. It was so nice.
Yeah.
And it was so... They were so nice. And they have an obsession with tennis.
Oh.
And so now apparently Jake and I are going to go play tennis with them whenever he gets back.
Have a good time with that.
I'm going to do my best. I'm not good at tennis. Don't tell.
I have a feeling they're going to figure it out, but...
Well, and I think her job has something to do with tennis.
Oh, really?
So I'm fucked.
Yeah. Sorry about you.
It's okay. And then our friend from down the street who, like, travels all the time and like does the free veterinary work all around the world or whatever, and she's gone constantly.
Yeah, Dana.
And her husband's a pilot. Huh?
Yeah, Dana.
Dana, yes. She, like, was like, hey, I'm back. And we met Dana in the Hanji class, you and I.
Yeah.
And she was like, yay, I still have this project that's half finished. Do you want to get together? And I'm like, yeah, I want to get together. So she came over, and we've been working on our Hanji. So I reinvigorated my love for Hanji. I'm making a giant
It's
piece
large.
of furniture out of paper, which sounds wild because it is.
Yes.
If you want pictures of it, let us know. Text us in that little thing on the Spotify, or leave a comment, whatever, and I will post some pictures and do a little video tour on the Instagram of my little project that's going on.
Yeah.
But Dana came over, and that was lovely and awesome. And then you, Steven, and I, and the cousin were out at tea.
That's right. Yeah, we originally went there for tea, and, like, lady was about to close. Like, she was, like, gonna be out of there in 20 minutes.
And damn, Steven went in there and ordered literally one of everything.
And I gotta say, I go for the tea.
I do too.
The desserts
They're
are
not great.
not at all. But she tries so hard, and I'm
she
so
does.
proud of her. They're just not
her.
good.
I know. Like,
But
but
we bought all those, but while she was getting those prepped, she brought us out, like, a cold thing of tea, which was lovely.
oh, it was so good. And we argued over what the taste was forever. I think we landed on cranberry.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But it was delicious. And we're just chilling, hanging out, talking to each other, and then this Korean woman was sitting
Across the restaurant?
Yeah, and she just turns her head, and I was the only one staring the direction that she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she just looked over, and she's just smiling and looking at me, and I'm like, hi.
Hi.
Like, I actually said hi and waved, and then she said, hi.
Like, she was acknowledged, like Doug from Up.
Yeah.
Would you just automatically, she was like, oh my God, and she rushed right over.
She really did.
And she pulled a seat out from one of the empty tables and sat with us and was like, can I chat with you?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And then after all of the chatting, which was lovely,
Yeah.
there's so much communication barrier. But
Yeah.
she wants to learn English so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm more than happy to talk with her.
Absolutely.
Because she's very, very nice.
Yeah.
And she's a very genuine human being. And she didn't try to recruit us for a cult. Amen. And
Not everybody is Tom Cruise trying to get you into their cult.
I know, but when I moved here, we were warned constantly about the cults. And that's how they approach you. So I was just so worried about it, you know.
Uh-huh.
But then she was like, can we exchange information? And I was like, sure. So we all follow each other on Instagram now or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she looks at us and asks us one fateful question.
She asked us, what do you think my English name is?
Because
And we-
she didn't have one.
Yep. So she put us on the spot to name her. I've never named a person before.
I've never named a person, let alone a full-grown adult. She was in her, like, late 20s.
Yeah.
I have never named a person before.
Just dogs.
And it's like, I know, like, in ASL, when you, like, a deaf person gives you your name sign,
Yeah.
it's still your name.
Mhm.
Just a signed version of it, right? Or, like, the sign becomes a symbol of your name.
Right.
So, like, I've had that happen. Like, I've not given anybody a sign name, but I've been given a sign name, you know? So,
Yeah.
like, I've had that interaction, but I've never, ever had somebody say, will you name me?
Yeah.
All of the people that I know that have two names came pre-named into my life.
You know, that's fair.
Like, I had a friend in high school, his name was Rocky.
Mm.
And I didn't know his actual name, but he went by Rocky.
Oh.
And that's how he came into my life. I didn't name him Rocky.
Gotcha.
And we had to name her. And you and I were on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, spring, summer, something like lovely and lively. And what did we land on?
We decided, well, I said April. I figured that was kind of like on point for the vibe.
Which was lovely because my brain was over in like hippie name territory. Like Blossom.
Oh.
Or something like that. And I was like, I can't name her that. She's too serious for that.
Yeah.
But like I couldn't name her like Susan either.
Yeah. Like nobody was saying anything, so I was like, okay, I guess it's time for me to just say what's on my mind.
And then she asked us like about isn't that a month? Can that be a name? Is June or July a boy's name? And like all that stuff. And I was like, names aren't gendered in America.
Right.
Like they are.
Like kind of, yeah.
But they aren't.
Right.
So it's like
Well, it's not the same as it is in other countries, though.
And now you and I are meeting up with her tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
And we're bringing the cousin.
Me.
And we're going to have tea and talk with her, and it's going to be lovely.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited. But she texted me the other day, and she referred to me by my last name.
Oh.
And I had like a double take. Like, because you know how, like, I'm not referred to by my last name ever.
I'm not surprised.
Because I get stuck with Jake. Jake's last name. Like, because we're married, but I didn't take his name.
Right.
But the Army doesn't care.
Right.
So when people, like, soldiers or whatever meet me, they just assume.
Right. They just immediately call you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get we're attached to the hip. I get it. But use my first name. You know,
Yeah.
I even had that thing where when we go to potlucks and I make things, I write my last name on my Tupperware and dishware and stuff. And then I'm like, nobody knows who that is.
No.
And then I have to go and write Jake's last name on there but she referred to me by my last name and I was like, oh God. Wrong.
I didn't
We
realize.
got to teach her how names work.
Probably.
Because she's going by last name is how you refer to people.
Which makes sense.
Because she's Korean.
Right.
But it was wrong. It was wrong. And my upstairs neighbors, they were like, I told them, I was like, you can give me a nickname because they can't pronounce Quincy to save their lives.
Ah.
He even had a hard time, and he's from somewhere in Europe.
Oh.
But the Q-N, Quinn,
Okay.
is hard.
Gotcha.
For their, like, the way they form words. I was like, just call me Q. That's perfectly fine. I get called that all the time. Q is perfect.
Yeah.
But all these people are coming out of the woodwork. And it's just been interesting.
Facts.
But it's been lovely. Like, I'm so engaged now with my community.
Good.
Is this how normal people feel?
Probably.
Probably.
I wouldn't be able to tell you from, my own experience, but my God, that's what I imagine.
Fair enough. Okay. We're on to show and tell situation.
Oh, okay.
I watched a movie.
Oh, of course you did. And I guarantee it has one of your men in there.
Unfortunately, it did.
It did not?
It did.
Oh,
do you want to
okay.
take a guess who was in it?
It's either one of two.
Okay.
It's either big old Jeremy Renner or...
Why is he big and old?
He's a large man.
Is
Probably.
he?
I don't know. He's strong and tall and
He
stuff,
is
maybe.
strong. I don't know if he's all that taller than you and I, but
I have no idea. I've never...
Let's consult Google. How tall is Jeremy Renner? I like that Jeremy Allen White came up first. That's in centimeters. I don't know that. He's 5'10".
Oh, so there you go. He's tall.
And 170 pounds, apparently. Thank you to the internet. I don't know why they know how much he weighs.
Probably the same way they know how much height he has. I don't know why I said it like that.
How much height do you own, Jeremy? He's so good looking. Anyway, you can be disgusted later.
We can disagree.
Yeah.
So it's either him or it's Tom Cruise.
It was Tom Cruise.
Of course.
I watched Collateral, and it's the only Tom Cruise movie I've ever seen where he's not the main character.
Legasp.
And he's the bad guy.
A legaspity gasp.
And it had the, like, main character who it revolved around, like, the good guy, Jamie Foxx.
Okay. This is sounding like it could be potentially good.
It was a fantastic movie. So Jamie Foxx he plays a cab driver.
Okay.
And Tom Cruise is a gun for hire.
Uh-huh.
And so he picks up
Not Jeremy.
Word
He's not here.
Vomit. No. I mean, he's here. He's on my wall, but he's not in this movie. Jamie Foxx picks up Tom Cruise in his cab.
Yeah.
And he, like, is really, really good about, it's going to take us 12 minutes to get to your destination, right? And he really, really impresses Tom Cruise's character. And so Tom Cruise hires him for the night.
Okay.
And, like, basically doubles what he usually makes on a shift and says, if you drive me around all night to these 5 stops I need to make, I'll double what you make. Come to find out, Jamie finds out he's a gun for hire. And gets roped into all of this murder and all of this getaway driving and all this stuff. And the ending kind of got me.
Oh, yeah?
Like, because they have this line in the beginning that they call back to at the end.
Okay.
And it seemed really innocuous. Like, when they said it the first time, it was just like, I thought that he was just trying to be intimidating or whatever.
Right.
And about, like, why he doesn't like LA. But then they call back to it, and I was just stunned.
Oh.
And, like, movies don't usually get me. Like, I watch so many films that I can kind of guess where they're going.
Yeah.
But this one kind of got me.
Interesting.
I think it might be a movie that you wouldn't hate. Because Tom...
Great.
He's in it, but he's side character-y. Like, he plays, like, he's in it, you know, you see him, but it's not his world.
Okay.
And people, like, the community, the movie community, whatever you want to call them, did think very highly of this film.
Okay.
But I can't stop thinking about it, and it's in my brain.
Fair enough. Question.
Answer.
Did we talk about your tattoo?
We haven't! I don't think we did!
Hey!
I think we talked about, oh my god, I'm so scared I'm going to get a big-ass tattoo a couple episodes ago. I got my big-ass tattoo!
She did.
How was that experience for you going in? Because you came with me and held my hand.
Yes, I didn't expect that they would actually let me in. Or if they did, I thought that they were going to kick me out after a certain point.
Me too.
Because tattooing here is...
illegal.
Is dicey. So they don't really want they don't want people to tell on them, essentially, if you kind of look like a snitch, essentially. But I guess I was trustworthy enough.
You got a trustworthy looking face,
you know? It's the only one I got.
And I feel like because it wasn't crowded, too. Like, I feel like if they were tattooing numerous people that day, you probably would have gotten kicked out.
Right.
But the thing about illegal tattooing here is everywhere that, like, I've seen or people have told me about, they're very clean, they're very thorough.
Yeah.
Like, we couldn't even wear shoes into the shop.
Right. We had to take off our shoes.
Insane.
They gave us little slippers.
And so I was, like, kind of worried going in because Steven got in my head. He was like, oh, you're going to get kidnapped and whatever and sold into trafficking or whatever. They're going to take your organs or whatever. So he got into my brain and I was like, no, that's not going to happen. And I was fully expecting my tattoo artist to be a man.
Right. And we were like,
showed up,
bets.
and it's this itty bitty little lady. We made a bet. We were like, is he gonna be hot, or is he gonna be like just a normal looking dude, right?
Right.
And we showed up, and it's this very, very cute little lady. And I was like, fuck, we both lost. But she was absolutely lovely.
Yeah, she was great.
I will post some pictures of my tattoo. It's big and it's beautiful and it reminds me of City of Angels. And now I want to get a matching piece on the other side or like on my other thigh.
That's the rule about tattoos. You can't just get one.
Oh my god, I want to get tattooed so bad. Again. Okay. Speaking of one other thing that is going to combine our 60-second obsession and our hot person of the week categories that we usually talk about.
Okay.
There is a trend on TikTok right now called a smash cake.
Donde the what the hell is that?
So they have a cake, right?
Yeah.
And they all vary in what they look like or whatever. And so people come in and they have little pictures of people that they think are hot or smashable, essentially. And they have them on skewers, right? And so they come in and they go, "Hi, my name's Quincy, and I brought Jeremy Renner." And they stick the fucking little skewer and so it's the picture of Jeremy Renner on the cake. And the next person would come in and be like, "Hi, my name's Sarah, and I brought Abe Lincoln." And then they would stick, and it's all over the place. So they have like Disney characters, like animation people, they have anime people, they have really famous people, music artists, they have everything. And I can't stop thinking about how fucked up ours would be.
So it's just people that you like you enjoy their stuff, or
No, it's like people you'd fuck, essentially.
oh, well.
And then 'cause you come in and this guy came in and he's like, "Hi, my name's Roger, and I brought Mufasa." And like,
oh no.
I wish I was kidding. He was like, "I brought Mufasa." And then, or it was Scar. It was one of the lions from The Lion King.
Okay.
And like, these are all over the place. And I saw one where they had these kids in on it because these kids were too young to understand what it meant. So they brought their favorite characters, right? And so this little kid comes up and he's like, "I brought," and it was some chick from the Real Housewives.
Oh no.
Of like New Jersey or something.
So they're over here like, "I brought Pamela."
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh no.
And then that one lady was like, "I brought Ryan Reynolds," and then her husband comes up next and he's like, "Hi, I'm James, and I brought Ryan Reynolds." And then there's two different pictures of Ryan Reynolds. But I can't stop thinking about how fucked up ours would be if it was like you and me and Steven and Jake and even like our new friends that we've made.
Yeah.
Who come to like game night and stuff.
Yeah.
Him and his wife and whatever. Our cake would be so fucking weird.
Probably. Because your husband, and probably, Ryan would also come in and be like, "I'm just going to mess with him.
Yeah,
I'm going to pick the weirdest thing I can think of."
He's like, "Hi, I'm Ryan, and I have Osmosis Jones," or some shit. And it would be absolutely insane.
I have the paperclip from early Windows.
Wasn't it Microsoft? Clippy? His name is Clippy.
I think it was Clippy, yeah.
Oh my god. Just so many things. So many things. Wild.
Can't imagine.
No, me either.
Couldn't be me. Let's not do that.
So, because we're rebranding, we're going to actually leave you with a challenge this week instead of a question.
Hey.
And feel free to write in and tell us you did it, because we want to hear about it. So we challenge you to get in touch with your community. I don't care if it's your friends, if it's your family, but just send a text. Tell the people that you're thinking about them, that you love them. Spread some love, because I know we can get busy and we forget to foster all of our communication and our love for everybody else. So text the people, tell them you love them, and let us know how it goes.
Yeah. Or like if that's not your style and you'd rather maybe volunteer somewhere in your local community.
Yeah,
Do that.
Absolutely.
Do something that involves your people.
Yeah, get in touch.
Get a new hobby and start doing that thing that you've been putting off, and then get a new...
Foster your community, essentially.
Yeah, get a new gathering of people, a gaggle, if you will.
A gaggle. Get that gaggle. All right.
Ew. All right.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.